Hello, lads and ladies, and welcome back for another live stream. It's Sunday night, it's 8 o'clock. We're back, match day 2 in Sky Bet League One. What a bumper of a ride we had. We had loads of goals. We had 6-goal thrillers. We had wins at the top. You know, we've got new promoted sides continuing the momentum. We've got teams at the bottom. And we've already got talks of a managerial sacking. But to join me, we're not alone. We've got to bring in our co-host. Oh, hello.
Hello, mate.
We've got some fancy graphics. What do you think? Do you like them?
I do, mate. I told you I liked them before we went live because we've been on here for about 20 minutes. But yeah, no, I'm all right, mate. I'm okay. I've had a bit of time to reflect on our first defeat of the season. I'm sure you've had a lovely Sunday. Good point for the Cods up at Notts County. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's been quite a good weekend in League One. There's been quite a lot of goals.
Absolutely. Now the running order is going along your screen. Now for context, I got in from Notts County, around about 50 minutes ago. So I'll be honest with you, my prep was all done yesterday. I believe there's a League One game in today as well that I've seen clips of. So take us how you find us. I've been literally up since 5 o'clock this morning. So we're here. I didn't think this stream might happen when the game got rearranged, but we're here and I'm glad it's happening. On Fleetwood, delighted with a point. That's tomorrow at League 2 Live. Won't go on too much about that.
Don't squeeze Fleetwood into League One chat, mate. Because you very well know you don't belong here, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's come to some of the comments. Tricky Tone, those pesky winning machine is broken again. Well, Stockport had a great week. Yes, I actually watched the game and I thought Stockport was superb.
Just minus the massive battering they got in the cup on Tuesday night. Just forget about that one.
Yeah, well, if we're talking about cup upsets,
I'm not bothered, mate.
Upsets. Good evening. If you won, it'd be like, great win, and into the round 2, builds momentum. Hello, mate. Hope we're well. If you could leave a like while you're joining the stream as well. Even as very happy Reading fan, and we will talk about you very shortly, I'm sure. Where do you want to start off with, Joe? Where are we starting off with tonight?
Well, considering I sent you the running order while you were on the bus back, probably somewhere near Preston. We're gonna start off in Shropshire, I think, Ben. Good place to start.
Yeah, and when Shrewsbury take an early lead through Winchester, you're thinking it's a good goal as well. I think it's his first for the football club, and you knew Shrewsbury weren't. Yeah, I think so.
He's been there about 2 years. I'm surprised that's his first goal.
Or is it his first this season?
Probably.
No, it's his first goal for the football club. Yeah, first goal for the football club. He's only had a couple of assists as well. And I know that's maybe not his job, but realistically, as a number 7, as you like, but holding midfielder. You want more goals from your midfield, especially this year. I think Shipley, we need more from him. Biggins, Winchester. When you're relying on goals from your likes of O'Reilly, Blocks, and Marquis, you need goals from your midfield, and it's a good start for them. And then Peterborough probably thinking, 3 goals conceded. We haven't scored yet. It's an unbelievable way to respond through Kwame Poku. Really good to see. And then he gets another goal. And this is a team that have lost the likes of Johnson Clark-Harris, Ronnie Edwards, Knight, Mason Clark as well. Not a lot of people have been mentioning because he actually got sold in January but came back on loan. And maybe wasn't as efficient when he came back on loan. Still did good in terms of numbers. And then Joe Randall, who got a lot of stick last year, too much for me. I think he come for £1 million to Peterborough. And he got 2 goals in a minute. And look, he gets a great third goal for Posh. Straight from kickoff, they're at pressing. And he gets a 4th goal. So 4-1 just flat the scoreline. When they score 2 in a minute, they've killed the game off. But when you look at the overall stats, the expected goals is 3.06. They had 65% of the play. They had 18 shots. They had 11 shots on target as well. And you look at it, they had 7 corners. Shrewsbury managed 4 shots on target in the whole match. Didn't really muster anything. Second half, realistically quite weak as well. They only managed I think they completed 87 completed passes when I looked through the stats before. So it's a worrying one for them. Shrewsbury, I think, are at the bottom of the league now, 2 defeats.
Yeah.
Played Stevenage and Peterborough so far. Great result for Peterborough. Peterborough, that is the most Peterborough-like performance you will see.
I was literally about to mention when you cut me, and I think that is Peterborough at their free-flowing best, Ben. When you've got Randall coming in from midfield scoring twice, you've got Kwame Poker. As soon as Mason Clark leaves the building, you've got Kwame Poker on the other side, who is just as potent and just as brilliant. I think he hit the bar towards the end as well. Could have had a hat trick. And then I think what we need to give a special mention to, Ben, and he's a player that stepped up a league, is Abraham Odo, that's come from Harrogate.
Yes.
He's taken the number 10 shirt on, and to me, he's sort of slipped into that role on the left-hand side completely seamlessly, and just is perfect for the way that people want to play in terms of they want to press. Ricky J. Jones up front and Poke on the right. They're very fluid as a 3. And as for Joel Randall, well, there's a reason they keep bringing in players, Ben, because to try and make him happy. They've brought in Archie Collins from Exeter. They've brought Jack Sparks in from...
And the good footballers as well, and that needs to be mentioned.
Yeah, they are, but they are brought in to try and bring out the best of Joel Randall, because they realised how talented he is, and you saw that with his 2 goals. I mean, he's fortunate for the second one, the way it falls to him, but he's still very potent. Very, very impressed by Peterborough. I thought they're outstanding going forward. For Shrewsbury, you've highlighted a lot of my concerns. Defensively, we had a lot of questions about them, didn't we? Just a very poor side. Offensively as well, going forward, they don't look like they've got many goals. Don't put... Yeah, oh, okay. I was wondering which one was coming up.
I love him so much.
Yeah, I bet you do. But yeah, again, great from Peterborough. Shrewsbury, alarm bells are ringing slightly. Well, we both predicted them to go down, didn't we, Ben? I think, and it could well prove to be the case.
Odo completed the most dribbles and was the most foul player in the game as well, by the way. And that's what you want. You want players winning fouls, especially when you've got good dead ball set pieces, takers as well. And, Mothersill again led the line, didn't get a goal. And is that the weak point, the centre forward? Realistically, you look the option that they've got. Mothersill can play up there. Ricky J. Jones, Clark. You look at the players that didn't even get on yesterday, the likes of Adjiboy, Kean Hayes, Chris Clark, Critchlow Noble, and Bill Kapic, who I know has struggled recently. I think he made a couple of stinkers in midweek against Oxford. But then you bring in Ricky J. Jones on, and you bring in Donnelly on, I think it is, off the bench. It's an unbelievable bench. I was just, saying how good Notts County was today in League 2. For League 1 standards, it's phenomenal. For Shrewsbury, worried for them. Darren Ferguson, 4 goals. Happy as you will like. Mansfield, 6-goal thriller. 4 points from 2 games, away to Barnsley, home to Burton. It was basically like Burton A against Burton B, wasn't it? When you look at it, a really good following from Burton, who made the short trip down to Mansfield. I think nearly 900 of them.
Mansfield from Burton.
900. Great game. Great point for Mansfield. They'll be disappointed that it wasn't more in the case, but scoring a 97th minute penalty, you think, right, they've got. And then Burton are thinking, you conceded 10 goals in a week. 5, I think, was it 4 to Blackpool? 3 here, 3 to Lincoln. Look, the scoring goals. How long can you score goals for? Is this consistent regularly enough?
Yeah, they're entertainers, that's for sure. Yeah, I think just on Mansfield, I think it'll be good for them because Will Evans has got his first goal. That'll be really important that they paid a significant fee for him to come in from Newport, and for a striker to score in the first home league game they'll be happy for that. I thought the goals were well worked. Yeah, I mean, as for Burton, they look so free flowing going forward. Ben, I think it's Billy Bowden. I mean, I pointed him out last week as a real player of interest. He was phenomenal in that sort of wide number 10 role. He distracted, mate.
No, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, you just look like you were looking somewhere. You're thinking about something else. But
I am thinking about something else now.
You're thinking of it. Yeah. Go on.
What a legend, Luke has joined the channel as a member. I think we've got 52 that pay monthly now. And there's 2 videos this week. I did a behind the scenes one today, and you're going to get an extended vlog, members. So you're going to get all normally the clips that get deleted that didn't even get seen, and you're going to get extended clips of the clips that went in. So you'll get it's basically potentially a half an hour vlog. So enjoy that as a little treat for you.
When's that out?
It should be out in the next 24 hours. I've only just got this one out. Straight on here. Come on, boy.
Yeah, 4-hour car journey, mate. You should be able to get that one done.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Can I carry on about Burton Mansfield?
You carry on, mate. You carry on.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry for Luke. That was so rude of you to interrupt us by becoming a member. How dare you? Yes, Burton. I am impressed. You question the sustainability, but I think Burton are just going to be involved in games like this all season long. All season, that the goals will follow them. When they've got that much threat up front with Whitfield and Bowden either side of Horsey, they're going to cause a lot of issues, especially when they're as direct as they are. Getting balls into the box, scoring crosses. I do agree that the defence is a slight concern. David's mentioned it in the chat there. You point about Blackpool; they had 10 men for 80 minutes. So I'm not overly sure that's a fair summary, because playing with 10 men for 80 minutes is pretty difficult. So yeah, I was impressed by both teams. I came on here last week and said how impressed I was by Burton. I'm looking forward to getting a look at Mansfield next week. Should be a good local derby, which I'm looking forward to. So yeah, I think both teams were set for a point. Given what it was, I think Burton will maybe be slightly more upset, given they were 3-2 up going into the last couple of minutes. So, but yeah, it was a stupid. I don't know if you've seen it, Ben, but it's a stupid penalty from Paz Ryan, the ex-Notts County fella to give away. But definitely a penalty and no complaints. So I think on average, if you look at it, I think a draw was probably just about the right result.
Positive signs, though, for Mansfield. When Will Evans is getting his first goal for the football club, I think he hit the woodwork as well. Lee Gregory, last time in League One, scored 11 goals, got 5 assists in 41 games. They scored 3 goals again. They'll be looking, he's conceded 3 at home, but Ben Whitfield has got, on the score sheet again, and they've been phenomenal. Billy Bowden had in a brace as well. So great to watch. Mansfield expected goals 3.11. And we just mentioned how good Peterborough was. And they've had 55% of the play. And both have had 7 shots on target. So really, really good game to watch. Now, I watched Blackpool yesterday. And I want to talk about this. That's why I kind of let you do the brunt on this. Now, I watched it. And I was going to watch Lincoln, but I thought, no, I'm going to watch Blackpool. Watch Lincoln last week. I've set myself a mission to watch every team 5 times before Christmas. Whether that be extended highlights, full 90-minute replays, and by that I mean all the live game. And I've banged on about this Blackpool side that I don't think that it is the players. I think it's the system that they play. Now, they play a very rigid 3-5-2. And you've got Pennington, Baggett, who I thought was actually quite good for Blackpool yesterday. Husband at left centre half, who him and Pennington both got booked yesterday, and both are quite reliable for a card. My issue is Coulson is a good left wing back. He's good going forward. You can easily get him out in the blocks. I thought he was Blackpool's best player yesterday, him and Baggett. Rob Apter played right wing back at Burton in the week, and I think he got 2 assists. My issue with that is, I think now he's going to be, he did it at Burton against 10 men. He can do it. And that's the way Blackpool plays. If Rob Apter has to adapt. And I just think that after getting 18 goal comps in League Two, and probably being the best young player in League Two last year, if, in the top 3, bare minimum, in a struggling side to get 18 goal comps, side that just about stayed up. The midfield I really don't like. It's very vanilla. It's very much the same. Lee Evans, Finnegan and Sonny Carey. Sonny Carey will score 5 goals a season for you as an attacking midfielder. Lee Evans, Finnegan, Norburn are your stoppers. Are you, let's cut back past 5 yards sideways. Carl Joseph and Ashley Fletcher offered absolutely nothing. They both got hooked after 70 minutes. For me, it's had a bit of spice, that team. It's 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. Get wingers into the game, get balls out wide. So for me, I think Critchley needs to look at that and adapt. I think if you're playing a back 3, you automatically think you're not good enough. because you don't think you're going to have to play with a 4. And they've got players who can play at that football club. Jordan Gabriel, isn't in and around the team at the moment. CJ Hamilton's played there at the minute as well. Realistically, Blackpool have got the money to go and sign a right back. Was interested. They've apparently tried to sign a certain centre half, the best centre half on the Fylde Coast, by the way, from Fleetwood, Brendan Wirradu.
I was about to ask you if AFC Fylde got playing centre back from these days.
But my issue is with Blackpool. I don't think they are good enough in that system, and they look so flat. I don't even think you didn't have a shot on target yesterday, mate. And yes, the match Stockport in terms of passing, in terms of possession, it was quite even, and up to the goal, it was very even. Louis Barry gets the ball, he cuts open Blackpool, he goes to pass 3 or 4 men, and puts an absolute rocket drive into the top corner. He scored a great goal last week and was phenomenal. And then Jordan Fevier adds a second. Now, how many times have we mentioned on pre-season shows what a pickup? He got 4 goals, 4 assists for Colchester last year. And then Olafalai goes through and adds a third. And probably 3-0's flattering for the performance. It wasn't Stockport County at the very best. I thought they were better last week when they only won 2-0. But away at Blackpool, I must give credit to the 4,000 travelling Hatters fans. They were phenomenal. They were all I could hear. They were absolutely unbelievable. And I've been to Edgeley Park, and I think they're very much like Lincoln fans. And we spoke about this in length yesterday, didn't we, on the phone, saying how you went down together and you've slowly come back up together, them slightly later than you. You think that they're a bit like Stevenage, but with a bit more potent in attack. I think that's more like Crawley. When you look at their attack, though, the option that they've got, Collar, Diamond, Barry, who is phenomenal. Olafalai scored, I think, 20 goals last year. Can't even get into the team. Wotton up front didn't score yesterday, but the focal point he offered was unbelievable. Then you've got Olafalai coming in, Fevier, 2 subs off the bench. And Chellan is never scared to make subs. This Stockport County team have scored 5 goals. They've kept 2 clean sheets, and they are going to be fun to watch this year. They are going to be, they'll sell out away-ends all across the country. Phenomenal win for them. Blackpool, timid, boring, passive, and Neil Critchley is on the edge.
Yeah, I watched the highlights back about half an hour before we came on. And I think the game could have been slightly different, given that for me, and I only watched it once, I should have maybe watched it back a couple of times because I don't know how outlandish a statement this is going to be. For me, Blackpool could have had a penalty on Ashley Fletcher where he's dragged down in the penalty area. My first look at it when I saw it was they've got away with one there. For me, that was a penalty. That was my first instinct reaction. Obviously, that doesn't excuse Blackpool playing poorly, but you'd imagine Blackpool go 1-0 up at home. It will change the game dynamics. I'm not saying that to take that anything away from Stockport, but who I say is they're so electric going forward, like you mentioned there. The options that they've got, the depth out wide, the depth through the middle is dangerous. It's absolutely dangerous. And you just look at the goals that they scored, both wingers cutting in and shooting and scoring very promptly. It was a great performance from Stockport. And like I mentioned, I really see these similarities between them and Stevenage, but they've just got that cutting edge. Apart from Jamie Reid last year, Stevenage didn't really have anyone else going forward. Whereas this Stockport team, like you mentioned, have got so many options and they're able to keep the door shut at the back, to keep a clean sheet away at Blackpool last year, who had one of the best home records in the league. To go there and win 3-0 is no mean feat. So whilst I think the game could have been different, absolutely credit to Stockport County. They're a great football club, like you mentioned, and I think they're going to go places this year. I think they're going to be really, really competitive, and they're going to make a couple of teams sweat for sure.
One thing I will say, you look at clubs that normally come up. I don't really take the first 5 games too seriously. Stockport aren't in that category for me. Now, I look at Crawley, they've won back-to-back games. Look at Steve, he started off very well last year, and look, they did very well, had a great season for the standards that they expected. Look at Bromley in League 2, have won both games. Look at Mansfield, taking 4 points from 6. clubs that normally go up normally start okay, and then it's in the season when the novelty wears off a little bit. It's a bit like getting married. The first 2 weeks are all right. It's just the other 50 years that are a bit of a nightmare. It's a bit like when you get in a relationship. The first week's all right. The first date's fine. After, don't we both know, Sunshine? Don't we both know? Amount of meetings we had about that last year. Anyway.
We're new men now, Ben.
Absolutely. Now, we're talking about knowing this league. Birmingham fans don't really know it. And they came down with this Birmingham arrogance. Now, rightly so, they've got an unbelievable fan base. Keep Right On was spine-tingling at Wycombe yesterday. I think there was just under 2,000, I think 1,845, I think it was. Yesterday sold out the away end. And Wycombe is the prime example. Wycombe away is League One in a nutshell. Is difficult ground. Adams Park has been known for upsets. They beat Sunderland a few years ago when Sunderland first came down. And was it Charles, Darius Charles came out and went, they came with this, Sunderland, and he went, this is our house, you're going to play by our rules. And that's what Wycombe have always kind of prided themselves on. Now, yes, they go a goal down quite early. I think it's Bielik with an own goal. But when you've got Alfie May in your team, who scores his 60th goal, 60 League One goals, Jake, in 130 games since returning to the third tier. And before this run, he was never really a potent goal scorer. And you look at it, it just kind of maybe takes a season for a striker to get them off and running. And if you can get that second season, all of a sudden then you're taken seriously, aren't you, a little bit? And it's a bit like there's been so many strikers in the last few years that have had one good season. Look at those characters. Jody Jones got 24 assists last year. Alvin responding really well. And then 1-1 for a large period of the game. Blues dominated possession. The expected goals were up there. They peppered the goalkeeper. And then they finally do get the goal, the second goal. Harris getting it. And then Williamson wrapping it off. Vokes just come on and get a goal. But Wycombe have 2 shots on target, score twice. Blues winning that game 3-2 is a great win. Great win. And what I liked about it, they've won it ugly. Now, I said to a lot of Birmingham fans on these shows, if you can go away to Wycombe and win by a goal, if you can just go to your Lincolns, those types of clubs, the Exeters, the Barnsleys, those tough, proper league ground in this division and win, you'll get promoted. You don't need to win 3 or 4-0 every week. You will have those weeks where everything goes right. Alfie scores the hat-trick, perfectly so. Hopefully he does that when I get him in my FPL team, so I get 5 bonus.
Have you not had him in your team?
I've had him in both weeks. Don't worry about
captain,
that.
Mate.
He's been my captain. 2 goals. Thanks, Alfie May.
Your mate now, Nappers, remember that?
Absolutely. So, yeah, it's a great win. They're going to need to do it more often. Birmingham, 4 points from the first 2. It's 2 points a game. We're early days, it's 2 games in. It means nothing yet. Leyton Orient next week is another tough game. It's another away game. Then they've got Wigan, Exeter, Wrexham. Those are 3 tough games. Wigan have started poorly, don't get me wrong. Then they've got to go to Exeter. I've just mentioned them as being a tough place to go to. Wrexham, great crowd. Again, big pressure, big away following as well. So I really like the journey on this Birmingham team are going on. I think that they've been a welcome addition. And the fans now are seeing that it might be a bit tougher in games than they might think.
Yeah, I was impressed with the mentality of Blues yesterday. Like you mentioned, that they go 1-0 down to an own goal, which is unfortunate coming off Bielik, but they don't sulk. They react almost straight away. And you look at the finish from Alfie May, it's such a striker's finish. Do you know what I mean? In terms of the ball drops, and he's literally probably got about half a second, Ben Anthony, to lift his foot up and hit it into the roof of the net. And he does it because he's just so good. Like you mentioned, his record there is phenomenal at this level. And then they go on and show the quality. I thought Luke Harris, the second goal, started the move, ended the move. It's a lovely sweeping finish. And then the strike from, I'm going to call him Thor because it sounds cooler than Williamson.
Williamson sounds a bit...
Williamson just sounds a bit of a word that I can't say to get you monetized. Do you know what I mean? It just sounds a bit, but he cuts across the ball really nicely. But I think Wycombe made him sweat just in that last couple of minutes once Sam Vokes gets the goal. I mean, It's an unbelievable ball in from Kieran Sadlier, the Trivella outside of the boot, and Vokes rises highest and scores. And yeah, I thought Wycombe they made him work hard. It's a tough place to go, like you mentioned. Wycombe, it always notoriously has been. But like you say, if Blues can win narrowly at these sorts of grounds or come away with points, all you've got to do is win your home games and draw your away games. They've just done it the opposite way around, and they do that for the rest of the year. They're going to go up one way or the other. So really impressed. I thought the new lad from Japan that came on the left wing, is it Miyoshi? Or they've got Miyoshi and there's another one begins with an M. I can't think of his name. He played very well and set up that second goal. Just an overall well-rounded performance, I thought, from Blues. They didn't have it all their own way, but they still come out on top. And yes, they should do for the money that they've paid for some of the players. But it's one thing spending the money. It's another thing getting promoted. So for me, good win for the Blues.
For the first time in 13 months, we've had a few problems with this recording. Now, I was free yesterday and was free tonight. Wardy couldn't do tonight, so that was the issue regarding tonight. I obviously couldn't do today. Tomorrow, I couldn't physically do after work. I had a show, so I said 9 o'clock. So I've managed to move things around, and we're filming tomorrow. All being well, I can get away from work at scheduled time. But the way things have been going there right now, you might not get an episode now. You will get an episode this week. Where are we going to next?
Huddersfield Town.
2 assists for Lars Sorensen. Ben Wiles.
I told them. I bloody told all of them, didn't I?
Ben Wiles 2 and 2.
Yeah.
With kind of a redemption story, because he struggled last year, didn't he? And and it really feels like if he can add goals to his game, which he's lacked. He scored 17 for Rotherham in over 100 appearances there, and he's a midfielder that can get into the box and score goals. And he's had the quality. He's a confidence player. Duff in that midfield 3 has basically just allowed him up some space. Stevenage didn't really offer anything until that 95th minute penalty from White. Josh Karoma again, big goal for him. Confidence he can feed him. Yeah, again, Lars Sorensen. He's an assist machine, isn't he? And if Josh Karoma can score regularly goals this season, because you look at it, 5 goals at Portsmouth a few years ago, scored 6 last year. I look through his stats. The last time he scored more than 10 was in 18-19 for Leyton Orient.
Yeah.
We need more from him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the result on this one maybe doesn't reflect the dominance in which Huddersfield actually had in this game. I thought from start to finish, they bossed it. They had chances. They had a lot of territory. Like you say, the midfield is so good with Ben Wiles in there, who's a serial promoter because he's got promoted out of this level before with Rotherham under Paul Warne. Bear with me, man. Okay, sorry.
Distracted, are we, mate?
Eh?
Getting a bit distracted, are we, mate?
No.
Is it about what's today's date?
No, it's nothing to do with today's date. But I thought Huddersfield were very good, actually. I thought, like I say, from start to finish, they bossed it. Michael Duff's got them playing that workmanlike football that you sort of appreciate with no comment. You associate with Michael Duff. And the first goal is perfect for me. It's a great ball in from Lass. We've all seen it for the last couple of years at Lincoln. It's inch perfect. It's similar to the ball in. I don't know if you saw the T-Flop group earlier, Ben. The ball in.
No, I've got it muted.
The ball in from the Bristol City lad for Sinclair Armstrong's goal. It's perfect. It's so well weighted onto the head of Karoma. And then the second goal, you mentioned about Ben Wiles. When I think of Ben Wiles when he was at Rotherham, I think of a midfielder coming in, stepping in from deep to hit the ball first time at the edge of the box and score. And that's what he did. That's what the second goal was. A great ball again from Sorensen, and it's pretty much a simple finish for Ben Wiles. And they just look so unfazed by relegation. You often see teams come down and they struggle to adapt to the level. Huddersfield have just gone, right, we've got relegated. Okay, let's go. We know what we need to do. We need to win. And to go and win away at Peterborough was some feat. To back that up with a comfortable home win over Stevenage, which I thought shows that they can do the flamboyant side. They can go to places like Posh and win, but they can equally they can beat teams they're expected to beat. So I'm really impressed with this Huddersfield team. I think they're going to be, and I have them top 2. I don't. Did you have them top 2, Ben?
Yeah, second.
Yeah, for me, I think Michael Duff teams get better. If this is a starting point for Huddersfield under Michael Duff, I am quite excited about what they're going to be come May, because they're going to be some team.
And they're only just grinding out wins right now. They weren't brilliant at Peterborough. They played better and deserved the win.
Yeah.
Yesterday, 2-1, flattered Stevenage a little bit.
Yeah.
Another 2-1 storyline.
Don't get me started.
Lincoln 1, Barnsley 2. You go, chip in. I'll let you go in a minute. If you could like the stream, that'd be massively appreciated. Tom, I will answer your question when we come round to Bolton, Wrexham.
What did I think about yesterday? I will give credit to Barnsley. I thought they were clinical yesterday. They had 2 chances all game and they took both of them. Admittedly, the first one is laid on a plate for him by Paudie O'Connor, but it's a good finish. I hate to do it because I know there will be fans in the chat that go, "Oh, you're just salty. You're blaming the referee." For me, the referee yesterday had cost us a point. I've spoken on Twitter about this. The first goal I've got a big issue with. I don't know if you've seen the highlights, Ben. There's a foul on I think it's Tom Bayliss, and Ben House gets ploughed into the back of. And then Tom Bayliss does it to one of their players and he gives one and not the other. It's the consistency thing that we've spoken about for years. Refs need to be consistent. And unfortunately, he wasn't. In that moment, they go and score. The second goal, no issues about. I thought Barnsley played it well. They're a very big team. They play exactly how I expect a Darrell Clarke team to play. Big, physical, rough. Didn't think they were all that, but I think they will get better. They've got players in there that will play well. I thought Josh Earl had a really good game at wing back, which you'll be happy to hear.
Differently, but yeah.
Well, I thought he played pretty well. Who else I think played well? Luca Connell in midfield. Sam Cosgrove held the ball up really well. And then this is where I have an issue. I mean, I know there's a lot of Lincoln fans and a lot of Barnsley fans in here. You've all seen the clip. Nappers, you've seen the clip of Mark Roberts' tackle on Tendai Equa. It's as stonewall a penalty as you're ever going to get. And for some reason, the referee's not giving it. And for me, that's half an hour to go. We get one goal. All of a sudden, the Ben House goal is an equaliser. We've got 20 minutes to go on and win the game. I thought Lincoln deserved a point yesterday. We weren't great, admittedly. We hoofed the ball a bit too many times. And the crowd got frustrated. But we had the majority of the ball. We had majority of the play in that second half. And you look at the XG, I think our XG is 1.5 and theirs is 0.35.
1.24.
Is that our XG and there was 1, and what are they?
It'd been nearly 2 if you got the penalty.
Yeah. So
the difference.
Look, it's frustrating because it's a game in which we should get something out of, but because of the referee, we haven't. And there'll be Barnsley fans that will say I'm bitter and I'm salty. If the shoe's on the other foot, they'll react the exact same way. And I think if that penalty decision had gone against Fleetwood, Nappers, how would you have reacted?
Before I say anything, I'd just like to say thank you to Steve Evans for giving me some of his time and coming on the show.
Yeah.
Steve, thank you very much.
No. I am not.
No, right, listen to me.
I've not.
I get that. I'm joking with you. Calm down.
Said it's just
right. You get a little bit tender when your team has lost, right?
Yeah.
My team have just lost it last minute, and look at me. I'm calm, cool.
Well, you've drawn because you got the result you deserve. We didn't.
If we lost it, I'd still have been proud of my boys. My team, 44 games to go, chill. Right. From my angle, and I listened to Darrell Clarke's interview, actually. He wasn't happy at all. He wasn't happy at all, was he? No. And he went, he goes, the fans were a 10, the team was a 3. And that's a type of Darrell Clarke win that he's got at Cheltenham and Bristol Rovers and Port Vale. Now, no disrespect to those 3 clubs. If they went to Lincoln away and won that game 2-1, is a great result for them. They don't care about performance. But when you're at Barnsley and you want to be a top-end club, you can't play like that and win 20 times a season. Because Barnsley want to win 20 games this season. Realistically, you think 20 wins, 14 draws, or 21 wins, 11 draws, you can lose 13, 14 games. So I can understand where he's coming from. They didn't create enough opportunities in the match. They had 3 shots on target, which for me is a worry. They had 1 in the second half. That was the goal. So after the goal, they didn't really test it. Lincoln, I thought, first half were poor.
Yep.
Didn't lay a glove on them. Didn't do the Lincoln way. You know, you look at it, I think they had a shot on target. Second half, 6 shots on target. Had 3 corners. You know, got more balls into the box. Had more of the ball. I think they had double the amount of passes as Barnsley. Ben House with a really, really smart finish. Ben House, Freddie Draper up front, I think is a worry for you. Yeah. I looked at this team, this match, and I looked at it and I went, both teams are good teams. Both are let down by the front twos. The front twos aren't good enough for where they both want to go. If this was Lincoln's team 2 years ago, you'd be delighted with this. You would be absolutely buzzing with this as your squad. But because of the standards that have been set in the last, I'd say 12 months, but certainly you look 24 months. Kennedy did well for a year. Kennedy standards, got things in place after a bad year with Appleton, you know, came in at a difficult time and did well. Barnsley are the same. Barnsley's front two aren't sustainable. Waters and Cosgrove. I know Cosgrove scored and did well up there. You know, got a yellow card for his trouble. Ben House got a goal. I get it. And it's probably not the right time to moan about the centre forward.
He was lucky to be on the pitch, Sam Cosgrove.
But both need, I think, minimum 2.
But it was a penalty, Nappers. You agree?
I'm saying it was a penalty, but it didn't get given, so we can't talk about it.
And their keeper was impressive. I really thought their keeper was impressive.
Well, that's the thing. Like, is it Slovenia?
Slovenia, no, that's a country in Eastern Europe.
Slovenia, I think it was. And is he on loan from Chelsea? I think
they paid 10 million quid for him about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think Barnsley spent 10 million. I went, Barnsley didn't have that in the bank. No,
just frustrating, Ben, because at the end of the day,
he's very much right with what teams are doing with keepers. Like, unless you can develop one like Ken going to my club, Fleet would have done in David Harrington. Thank God. It's very much, you know, you have to go for a loan. That's the best option. I get you frustrated. It's a frustrating afternoon. There'll be more of them to come. You've got Mansfield next weekend. We will shortly move on. Northampton 2, Exeter 1. Talk me through it.
Crikey, after that emotional outpour, I don't know if I can. I thought this was a similar sort of game, just with a little bit less quality, even though there were. I'm not sure about that, Tone. I think you've been reading the forums, mate. We'll have a chat about that next week, Tony. I think me and you do a chat. I thought. I mean, Northampton come back from behind, didn't they? And it all seemed to change when Tariq Fosu came back on the pitch. Do not put his comment up where he's put Jake Evans, by the way. That was
a good comment from me, mate. I was waiting for that for about 2 minutes.
It's the most insulting thing you can ever.
In terms of looks as well.
Really.
I couldn't have an eyebrow tonight, but I went for Vinto tonight.
Okay.
Couldn't even throw that at you.
Yeah. Tariq Fosu, who we've seen at this level before with Oxford. I've seen him torment Lincoln before. Fantastic player, and he's come on and changed the game. They went 1-0 down for a set piece. And then I thought second half, Northampton came out. They were probably the better team. They created a couple of opportunities. Callum Morton getting on the score sheet. I'm sure that will go down really well with Cobblers fans. I know he's played for both of our clubs and maybe flattered to deceive at both periods, but at Northampton he just works. I think sometimes when you get a player in a certain environment, they just take off, and Northampton is clearly that right environment for Callum Morton. And then Cameron McGeehan comes on and scores the winner. Maybe a hint of offside. I mean, I've not seen it from the right angle, but he looks pretty close to the goal when the ball comes back in. I agree with that, Sue. It's it's a good win for Northampton, and for me, they needed it because last week away at Bristol Rovers, they were unlucky with the goal in the 97th minute. They needed to respond, and they have done under John Brady. And yeah, I thought they were good in that second half, and more what they were like last year, hard working, a little bit of flamboyancy in the final third, and they're able to get a win. For Exeter, I'm not worried about because I think Exeter is still a good side. I think they'll be there, not there or thereabouts, but they'll be right in the middle of the pack. Just need to defend set pieces a bit better.
Yeah, 100%. I thought, like it's been mentioned, Fosu, I think created 4 dribbles when he came on in the 53rd minute, I think it was. And he's a good player. Lost his way recent years. Again, game time. I often say there's a reason why there's players in League One and League Two. Game time. He's 28 years of age. He's 29 this year. Still a good player. Northampton, geographically could get him because of the location and where he's been previously at his football clubs. I think Brentford recently as well, and he was in and around. Where was he last year? He was around League One, League Two last year, wasn't he? Was it Rotherham last year? I think was he?
Who's that?
Tariq Fosu.
Oh, he's been at Rotherham. He's at Stoke, wasn't he?
Yeah, and like Northampton, probably a decent location for him. Callum Morton, good to see him. He's had 4 clubs in 2 years. Fleetwood, Salford, Peterborough, Forest Green. So it's good to see him getting on the score sheet. Cameron McGeehan can score goals at this level. Mark Leonard, hard shoes to fill. I think impossible at this level for the budget Northampton have got. They have to be sustainable. But to bounce back after conceding early, I think Kramer got the goal. Who's coming from Bristol Rovers. Thought the game was an even affair.
He's coming from Brentford.
He was at Bristol Rovers last year. You know what I mean? He was at Bristol Rovers. He's never played for Brentford in his life. He played for Bristol Rovers. He was at Bristol Rovers last year. It doesn't matter. I thought it was an even game. I thought Tariq Fosu changed the game when he came on. And then for me, when Northampton got back into the game, deservedly so at 1-1, when it got to 1-1, there was only one team that was ever going to win the game, and that was Northampton, in my opinion. But Exeter, again, they'd have taken 3 points from the first 2. I don't think they'd have thought it was going to be in this run. So, where do you want to go to next? Is it Cambridge 0, Crawley 1 next?
No, we're going to the Ding next, mate.
We're going to the Ding. Oh, now I saw parts of this, and Wigan Twitter went into absolute meltdown. Charlie Savage with a goal, Kelvin Batchaman with the assist, and got a goal himself. Now, we've said many times, I think they won 12 games. I think they got over 40 points at home last year, did Reading. And for a side that were down there, look, they've not brought anyone in, but aside yesterday, Elliott, I think Ben Elliott, Lewis Wing, Charlie Savage, Kamari Smith, Batchaman as a front 6, Craig, Dorset, McGuane, Bindon, and Pereira as a team. It's a good squad. It's a top 10, top 12 squad in this division. Wigan fell away. His guard didn't offer anything. Maybe starting to think he could. I know it's 2 games in. I don't want to be harsh. Callum Lang-esque. That doesn't really back it up. Starts poor a little bit. Thomas, Rankin, and Hugill as a front 4 offered little. I think they had 2 shots on target. At the back, they looked a bit of a mess. Will Aimson and Kerr both getting yellow cards yesterday, and looked like it could have been more. I think Reading had something like 8 shots on goal. Wigan's 2. Wigan had, I think, 6 shots. Great following. It's a long way to go. 400 of them went down. Thoughts on this one? Great result for Reading.
It's a game that Reading deserved to win completely. I thought they were
great
excellent.
News.
Yes, that should make the game on Saturday a good atmosphere wherever they are, home or away, if it gets completed. Because, like we've mentioned, Ben, several times, the fans of their football club have been through utter hell in recent years. But on the game, I thought Reading excellent, looked really good going forward, dangerous. There was a moment I particularly remember where there was a corner coming from Lewis Wing, and there was an absolute scrap on the goal line. I think they were unfortunate to score, and Sam Tickles made a couple of really good saves to deny them from scoring further. I was really impressed with Reading going forward, particularly. And like you mentioned, they've got a very good squad. And a very good young head coach. It must be added. You just and hopefully the takeover is sorted for good, because we've heard these rumours before that Reading takeover has been set to be complete by this date, and it's not been. And for the sake of the team and being able to bring players in over the next 2 weeks, it'd be absolutely crucial. So expect Reading to get better. It's a good starting point for me. For Wigan, a lot of people have put Wigan up there this season. Gab's gone third. Certainly a lot of people have put Wigan in their top 6. For me yesterday, they were catastrophic, and I don't think you can blame that purely on the omission of Charlie Hughes, who's got his move to Hull this week. Yes, it's a good move for Charlie and a good fee for Wigan, but they need to reinvest that in some centre backs. I think they look very poor in that area. Up front, you mentioned the front four there. I think that they're pretty decent. I think they've got good options. Ola Kigby, when he's back, will be good. Hugo, we've seen do it for Man United and for Burton previously. They've got Luke Chambers back in on loan from Liverpool. But Wigan have got some work to do. For me, they got run ragged yesterday. And that was so unlike Sean Maloney's Wigan. I know you're a big fan of the pair of them. I don't know. There's something off about Wigan this season.
Yeah, it's still very early on. They played Charlton and Reading.
You can't draw conclusions from 2 games.
At this stage, I don't look at it until 15 games in, but you want to end it. And for me, it's like losing your virginity, really. I'm going to say it.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Shut up. Right.
Are you in the right place, Ben? Are you
muting? I think it's basically like losing your virginity. He's getting off the mark, right? It's always a little. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm never going to get sponsored for doing this. You just want to get 3 points as soon as you get points. Like, it's important you get the first one. So you get the first one, you're on fire. You're away. You're just getting the first one. Fleetwood last year, but look at Cheltenham. 9 games without a goal, and then he suddenly scored loads. So
what do you reckon? Do you reckon we're going to stuck in the foreplay? Is that what we're going to stuck?
They're stuck in the talking stage.
That you see, that's an area of your expertise, Nappers. You should stick to that. You should have let me talk about the rest, mate.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe we've just done that. Oh my god. Oh god.
One footballer removing the sponsorship from the Cotswold.
I got sponsored by Sky Sports 2 weeks ago. Look at me now.
God, yeah. You sold your soul for that. Move on now. Next game. Crawley, Cambridge. Come on.
Charlton 1. Leyton Orient nils next. Luke Berry, last minute goal. 90 +2. 1-0 wins for Charlton.
Oh, I'm taking over because you can't speak. Yeah. I thought Leyton Orient played pretty well by looks of it. They had a couple of opportunities. They made it difficult for Charlton. Charlie Kelman has really come to light since his move to the O's. I think he was quite lackluster for Charlton. Was it Wigan last season? Charlie Kelman, you would know. You're a Wigan fan. He was, yeah. I think he looked bright. Charlton, though, they find a way under Nathan Jones, don't they? And we said the same thing about. You seen the name of that guy that's just come in the chat?
What's he called?
I think it's relating to your story you just told, Ben. But we said we've said it before. Nathan Jones, when he was at Luton, his team found a way, and again they've done it again without maybe playing electric football. They find a way to win, and it's Luke Berry this time that squeezes the ball into the post and absolute raptures in the home end. I don't know if he did a tunnel jump. I know that's what they seem to do in that corner of southeast London, which is a bit cringy. But I don't know. They weren't great, Charlton, and neither Orient. I thought it was a bit of a meh game.
We need that account setting up. By the way, that's an account that needs.
Is there already not one?
There used to be one. There's not one anymore.
I think someone in the chat tonight can make one.
No, it's a good win, and it's a type of win last year they wouldn't have won. typical
They'd
of
have
that.
drawn it last
They'd have
year.
drawn it 0-0. Leyton Orient
Or-
stuck in the game. It wasn't a great spectacle, but a good win. Took a good wins. Crawley got one. Two wins, 2 clean sheets, last minute goal, and a donation. Thank you so much for a £6.66p donation.
That will go towards Ben getting his first 3 points of his life. Well done. Cheers, Shane.
Thanks, mate. I'm top at league. Thank you very much, Shane Bongo.
Shane's Bongos.
Thank you so much for that.
Cheers, Shane.
Yeah.
Pardon, what were you doing there? Skiing? Bongos you play with your hands.
All I've been drinking today is Pepsi Max. You wouldn't have thought that, would you? No. Good result for Crawley. Clean sheet, away from home, against a side, more importantly, in my opinion, that are going to be down there with them come April, May time. And on stats, I know stats don't mean a lot, even that Cambridge dominated in terms of shots on goal. I think Kai and Lavery should have had a goal, but they've just not got that clinicality, have they, Cambridge, at the moment? And Crawley have that togetherness, that grit to stick in a game. They have double the amount of passes of Cambridge as well. The Scotland's away 60% of possession. What I like, they've stepped up and they're still dominating teams. Yes, they've only beaten Blackpool and Cambridge, 2 sides that are yet to win this season and that are in the bottom 6 this season. But it's a good start. They'll be thinking 44 points. Let's get to 50 points as soon as we can. There's still a long way ahead of them. I think they've got Wigan. We've got Wigan Bright. I think they've got Wigan Brighton in the cup, haven't they? And then they've got Barnsley and Burton coming up, I think, after that.
Yeah, it was a game of fine margins, wasn't it? I thought both teams didn't really make many chances at all, and it was Crawley that was able to. Have you seen it?
I'm trying to make one little joke, and now I'm getting. I meant it as a joke. Christ.
You've not seen my comment, Ben?
That definitely won't be going on the podcast, what I've just said.
I should hope not. I hope you hope you're a bit more professional on the podcast, because that was more Boston Town than anything, mate. That one. But yeah, no, it was a game of fine margins. Crawley take the chance, and I don't think Cambridge created a whole bucket load. And like you say, it feels like a 6-pointer already, doesn't it? Given that both teams are a little bit meh. I should really analyse this better, but it's a game in which the highlights was literally the goal for Crawley, and there wasn't a whole lot. So that tells me a lot of the play was down the middle of the pitch. There weren't a great deal of chances for either team, and Crawley took the one chance, and it's a good start to life in League One. I think Crawley will be delighted, but they've got a bit of work to do still, haven't they? Because they lost a lot of key players. I think they'll still need to bring a couple more in. But
winning games of football now, getting the wind on the ball, because
exactly, getting some points on the board.
Bear in mind, started the last season very well, didn't they? You know, I think they won 3 of the first 4, definitely won the first 2, and we're top of the league. And now we're talking about them in a totally. They beat Oxford and Fleetwood 2-0 last season, both times. So, and they were similar situation to Crawley. And these teams normally at the bottom can start well, and it's sustaining that. I think their next target will be get to double-digit points. You know, then it'll be get to, take one game as it is. I know that's managers say it, fans don't want to hear it, and I hate when Charlie Adams says one game as it is, because I want to get excited. I want to think long term. I want to think, how are we going to do this? But then you have to think long term. Bolton, Wrexham. I'll be honest with you, I've only seen the stats because I was editing a vlog for the last 3 hours, coming home from Notts County away.
I watched it.
Corner heavy, 16 corners in the match, 8 each. Bolton 8 shots on goal. Okonkwo earned his money today. You could say that again. Great following in the ground. It was, 27,000 there. Great following by Wrexham. Yeah, great following by Wrexham as always. Bolton dominated kind of the ball, a large percent of the ball. They kind of had 2/3 of it, I'd say. Wrexham expected goals, 0.29. Didn't create much, but limited Bolton to very few chances. That was kind of the gist I got.
Yeah, it was a game of, again, another one of fine margins, but with a little bit more quality. than the one we just mentioned. I thought, yeah, Bolton wanted to dominate the ball, and they had a couple of good chances. Like you say, Okonkwo earned his money, made some good saves. There was one from Aaron Collins in the first half, which I thought he tipped round the post really well. But Bolton, yeah, they weren't creating chances at will. I spoke to Cole from the fan zone, and he said 5 games in. He said, I think we win that. I kind of disagreed. I thought Wrexham were outstanding out of possession. The way that they were screening the back three, they were excellent. Tom O'Connor had a great game. He was on all the set pieces. It's quite weird seeing a centre back take all the free kicks and corners, but that's the way Wrexham do it. I thought they were dangerous on the transition. Jack Marriott was causing a couple of problems for Rico Santos. I thought when Stephen Fletcher came on, he had a bit of extra threat. He had a really good shot that was well saved by Nathan Baxter. Yeah, I thought it was a game where both teams probably deserved the draw. I don't think either team deserves to win it. 2 good sides that you'd expect to be in and amongst it before the end of the year. So, yeah, I thought it was a good game. Just needed that 1 goal to spark it, and it could have been a 2-2, 3-3 sort of game. But unfortunately not. So it was entertaining. It was like a game of chess, Ben. It was a really entertaining game of chess.
This is the best Bolton team I've seen in League One since they've been here. Yeah. When you look at it, Baxter, Toal, Santos, Johnston, Cogley, Owen Toll, Cogley, Sheehan, Thomason, Sean,
he's mustard, by the way.
Colin.
That
shirt. It looked really good. Sean, whatever it's called. Ollie Palmer and Marriott again led the line very well for them.
Look who came off the bench, Ben, for Bolton. Adebayo,
Dempsey, Adebayo, Tutu, all feel for a bit of experience. Again, says a lot. He's not even substituted a goalkeeper. No goalkeeper. Luke Southwood wasn't nowhere to be seen. It is risky. And he's done it a lot. And I don't get it why sometimes. Do you think there'll be a rule sometimes where you can list 9 subs? There was in lockdown, wasn't there, where you can list 9 subs?
I think there needs to be, because if Nathan Baxter gets injured,
I think that, you can say, it helps teams with better squad depth. Well, does it? Because then you can still only make 5 changes. So
no, I agree. I think you should have a keeper on the bench, because especially when there's all these new protocols around concussion and all that, and players being taken off a concussion, and in a position like being in goal, you're very prone to getting hit on the head, or whack on the head. So for me, I think you've got to have a sub keeper.
One thing I will say, well done, Bristol Rovers. Not only did you go to Rotherham and get a point, a clean sheet, another one, remain unbeaten. You've just gone and got a point against the world champions of the world.
It's the best point they'll ever have in the club's history.
Point they'll ever get in the club's history. And I watched the last 10 minutes of the game yesterday, and I never thought Rotherham were going to score. I thought Bristol Rovers looked tight, compact, didn't offer anything going forward. Obviously, Armour, Cherry, Rovers number 9. Didn't offer anything in front of goal when he was on. Great champ, by the way, I must say. What did you think of that one? It was like you said, a game of chess before, but Rotherham 20 shots, 5 on target, yet to score. Oh, yeah. Do you think as soon as they get off the mark, they'll start scoring lots of goals?
Yeah, Rotherham absolutely battered Bristol Rovers. Do not make any mistake about that. But Bristol Rovers had the answer to everything, because they had a West Bromwich Albion goalkeeper in the sticks. I thought he was excellent. I've spoken to Charlie about him already. I really admire Josh Griffiths' shot stopping. He can pull off the spectacular, and we've seen that yesterday. He made a string of really, really good saves. And I was comparing him to Alex Palmer, who we had the year before from West Brom also. Josh had that camera save in him better than Alex, but he just didn't have the control of his area. He didn't have that command of his area, which is so important, especially when you go into a team like Bristol Rovers. So, I mean, there's a couple in the chat. I don't know whether they'll be able to tell me whether, when you're playing Rotherham, they get the ball in the box area quite a lot. I don't know if he came and caught a lot or if he left it for his defenders, but that was my one criticism of Josh. And he's had a great game yesterday afternoon, probably the best goalkeeping performance in the division. A good point for Bristol Rovers. It's the best in the history, Ben. You can't can't really scoff at that, can you? Going to the best team they'll ever play ever. So
what a guy, by the way.
interesting.
What a guy. Not only member for 5 months, does the best graphics. A big thank you to Aaron for sorting me this out as well. Go and check his channel out if you haven't already. Right. Predictions time. Now, me and Jake, I don't know anything. I can't remember what we
You do know, because I told you this morning, about 10 minutes before we went on.
Yeah, I was too busy.
So, we've had a shift at the top of the leaderboard.
So it was 9-8 last week, wasn't it, to you?
So it was 9-8. It was neck and neck, whereas you sort of not pulled away.
Do you want to read out like what prediction you got right?
Yeah. So just as the backbone, I had a poor week this week and only got 5, and Ben got 10. So that leaves Ben on
10 out of 10, boy.
Ben on 8. Well, you got 10 out of 36.
Oh, perfect 10. 10 will do.
So Ben's on 18 and I'm on 14. Ben got a couple of right scores. He got the Northampton Exeter result bang on. He got the Reading result bang on. But apart from that, we sort of just picked up points here and there. But we've decided, Ben, haven't we?
Yeah.
That we're going to spice it up a little bit. And I was watching a predictions video with both of mine and Ben's good friend, Mr. Benjamin Bloom. I was watching a video of his, and he does predictions for League One, and they basically have it so that, for example, if Ben goes on Saturday, give me a random fixture, Ben, for Saturday.
Carlisle MK London Leeds. That's all I know of my heart.
So let's say
Cambridge Blackpool.
So Ben, say for example, Ben goes 1-1. I can't use 1-1. So we can't use the same score. And the way that it will work, because Ben goes first one week and I go first the next. So Ben has got the advantage this week.
I'll let you go first, because I went first last week, I think.
Yeah. So no, I went first last week.
Did you?
So we're back on to you this week. Do you want me to get the fixtures up so we can?
I've got them here.
You've got them here. So this is for
against Stevenage, and I'd like you guys to play at home as well. So drop your predictions down below as we go through them. Yes, I know we're over an hour, but we're not conscious of time. This show's going to be an hour and 20 minutes. We know that.
Who was Stevenage playing?
At Burton.
Okay, go
on. So get your comments in down below. Like the stream as well, and a big thank you to Aaron for that donation there as well. Appreciate that. And again, we're closing on 15,100 subscribers now. Burton Stevenage, I'm going to go for, I think they get the first win of the season. Burton 2, Stevenage 1.
Oh, I think it's going to be higher scoring than that, my friend. Have you not seen Burton for the last 2 weeks? Burton Albion 3, Stevenage 2. Heart attack football.
I think Stockport get another win, another clean sheet. Stockport 2, Bristol Rovers 0.
Can you not do the accent?
Not well.
Bristol Rovers. I think the winning machine of Stockport might come to an end this weekend.
Oh, a bit like it did this weekend in League One with Lincoln.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Stockport 1, Bristol Rovers 1. I think they found a newfound solidity under Matt Taylor this season, and I think they're a threat on the counter as well. So I think Stockport will drop some points. I'm going to go Stockport 1, Rovers 1.
A repeat of last season's final day where it was 1-1. Barnsley against Northampton. I'm going to go for Barnsley 2, Northampton 0.
2-1 Barnsley, I think. I think it will be a routine. I think they'll play better on Saturday, and they're playing against a team that won't cause them so many difficulties. So I'm going to go
2-1. Cambridge Blackpool, both teams at a point that will end for one of them this weekend minimum. I think it'll be Cambridge 0, Blackpool 1, which keeps his job for another week.
I'm going to go Cambridge 1, Blackpool 1. Another draw. I just can't see either team with enough qualities to win that one.
Charlton against Bolton. Bolton won there last year 2-0, didn't they? I think
they've got a good habit of winning at the Valley.
I think it's 1-1.
Difficult because I'd like to back a team to win this, and obviously Charlton coming in on a 100% win record. Bolton have got a good record at the Valley. I'm going to go Charlton 1, Bolton 2.
I like that. Exeter, Peterborough. Exeter beat Peterborough last year when Peterborough, if you remember, made like loads of changes towards the end of the season.
That
If
was
you remember.
yeah, that was Cheltenham, wasn't it? Not Exeter.
I swear, Exeter beat Peterborough last year, 2-1.
Yeah,
No, it wasn't the game where they made loads of changes, but they beat them 2-1. I know that.
they did. Yeah.
Burrow scored for Peterborough from memory. I'm going to go for 1-0 Posh.
I think Posh turned the style on again. Exeter 0, Peterborough 3.
Huddersfield, Shrewsbury. I'm going to go for Huddersfield 3, Shrewsbury 0.
Yeah, we're gonna have role reversal because I went 3-0 Huddersfield this week, and you went 2-0. I'm gonna go 2-0 Huddersfield. I think it's gonna be nice and comfy.
Leyton, Orient, Birmingham. I'm going to go for Leyton, Orient 0, Birmingham 1. Again, winning by a goal.
I agree. I think Blues will win. However, I think they'll be a bit more comfortable. Orient 0, Blues 2.
Lincoln will beat Mansfield. I'm going to go for 3 out of 3 so far on Lincoln. I'm going to go for Lincoln 0, Mansfield 1 now. Lincoln 2, Mansfield 1.
It's a local derby. And
they've had the better over you in recent years as well, haven't they? They've won 5, I think they've won 5 of the last 13 visits.
Yeah. We got promoted and they didn't.
You've not played in the league for 5 years.
I know, and I remember that, Tyler Walker scored for them last time they played us at the Bank. So, and now he's on a treatment table. I'm gonna confident Lincoln 2, Barnsley. Mansfield 0. We're making chances. I think we'll win that one 2-0.
Wigan Athletic against Crawley.
Wigan
1, Crawley 2.
Are you going against Sean Maloney's ticks?
No, because then they'll win.
Oh, there's something wrong with you.
No, it's not. I just can see 9 out of 9 Scotland. I don't want to keep writing Crawley off, so
I can't.
that time.
I'm going to write them off. Wigan 1, Crawley 0.
Reading have actually scored in their last 23 games, thank you to one of the stats in here before. I think that continues. Wrexham beat them 2-1.
Reading 2, Wrexham 2.
Wrexham, by the way.
Oh, is that Reading 2? Wrexham 2. 2-2. Absolutely. Ding dong.
Wycombe 2, Rotherham 1.
Ooh.
Best win they'll ever get, that Wycombe, by the way.
Wycombe 1, Rotherham 2. I think they're going to get the first win.
There's no game on Monday night, is there, that I've missed? No, they're all the games. So, last part of the we'll have another 10 minutes, say, Q&A. Get your questions in down below. And if you haven't already, if you're new to the stream and you've not yet subscribed, first off, where have you been? We've been doing these shows for 3 years now. So please subscribe. Get liking down below as well. It does really help. And I hope you're enjoying this. If this is the first time we do these shows every Sunday at 8 o'clock. And guess what? I'm live tomorrow with Josh at 8 o'clock for League 2 Live, where you'll get to hear me talk about Fleetwood tomorrow as well. So get your questions in. Jake, plug your Twitter.
They are. Everybody come and follow me. I'm trying to get to 1,500 followers on Twitter, and I am just under 200 short. So I would appreciate if I don't know how many people we've got in here, Ben. Oh, I've got 100. 6 notifications.
100, treble 20, double top.
Yeah, I've got 1,312. So if you come over and follow me on Twitter, that would be great. I post a lot of controversial takes by the looks of it. And it's transfer deadline day soon, isn't it, Ben? We've got 2 weeks of the window. I don't know if you're planning on doing a video, but can I maybe make a suggestion? Are you going to do a video on what one position or one player that each team need in League One?
Yes.
Are you going to do that? That's on the list. Come on.
And we're going to do a video. Well, I was going to ask you a video. We can have it exclusive.
Look, Ben. It's a meeting on air. We might as well go with it.
And if you do find some members content, by the way, do join below because there's 18 pieces and you get to see behind the scenes and you're going to get to see me like I am. I can be quite tight and be quite not journalist, but very podcast this, that where you see a version of me. You see a different version of me, I think, on the members video. I don't know if the members can agree. So you're more relaxed, Ben, and it's good fun.
Relaxed.
Well, I wouldn't say relaxed. I got the SLO said to me today, I need to de-stress because I was shouting at the referee a bit. But join below. We've got 54 members, I think, now. So all support will be appreciated down there as well. We've got an extended vlog of today coming up, like the unseen bits. And then we've got a quiz coming up as well that I did a couple of weeks ago. So lots of content coming, and I just need to get editing it. I don't know. I don't even know if tomorrow's T-Lop's going ahead. I hope it is.
The answer's no. From what I spoke to Wardy about this morning, and he said at the moment there is no plans to do a deadline day stream. Which, I mean, we could always do on Nappers if you want to do one.
Yeah, can. Tell you what, would you fancy that, a deadline day stream?
A League One focus, and I think we could. I think we could
meeting on stream.
I think we could even have. Well, I think we could.
I'm off. We could have a deadline day stream. I'm off. It's fine.
Oh, I need to put the day off. The day off after. Is it what day of the week is it?
Friday night.
Oh, is it? Is it a Friday? Is the end of the deadline a Friday?
Yeah, Friday night.
Oh, superb! I'll do that. Oh, yeah, wicked.
Yeah.
If we fancy a League One deadline day stream, maybe we get some of the maybe we get some of the viewers involved, and I find it really cool. We had like a roving reporter, so when they're in the green room and when a big bit, whenever something breaks, we jump out and we bring them on the main screen, and they're sat there with a microphone.
See what I mean? You're getting a meeting on the stream. There's
breaking news.
There's 83 people listening to, or 81 now, listening to us to have a meeting. Jack Kershaw gets to see a match day version of me. Well, you get to see the fun side. You get a podcast on the way to Wimbledon. Hope you're excited. Petition for Jake's return. Jake's laptop must be so dusty.
I've got a new one. It's nice.
No, I mean from not filming.
Do you mean the camera's dusty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go anywhere near that camera. I might get ill off it.
Yeah, sounds good. How do you get all your stats? So I go on like different stat websites. So this week, normally what I'll do, I did this on the members, how I do like prep. So normally I'll have like cue cards like so. And like I'll just write all the team lineup in like a little set like Ben Wiles, how many goals he got last year, bit of a comparison, like Alfie May, how many goals he's got when he scored them, times in the game, stuff like that. And like I'll have like 3 or 4 stats on each player I can use. I don't have my ones to hand right now, but if you join as a member, generally you can see how I prepare for a live stream. I did that behind the scenes of T-Lop, behind the scenes of
Wembley one.
Half an hour vlog that was, wasn't it? Jake filmed it. The cameraman, we couldn't afford to get the main one over there, but we had to settle for plan C.
You're a piece of work, you are.
Oh, you wasn't a big fan at camera work.
Really?
That's what I like about him. How he's got now. He's gone. When I'm away from him, he goes, "I'd have done it here. I'd have done it." I'm like, I love how committed I've got him, and he's brilliant. Can't beat my cameraman. He's unreal. Shout out to Tony. It's his birthday next weekend as well.
I hope you have a wonderful birthday, Tony.
He turns 21 next weekend, and for
the what year running? 15th.
Yeah, it's as late as Butler.
They love that.
Yeah. There you are.
Jovan McCarn would have stuck it top bins, mate. No doubts about it.
Friday before Stevenage. Let's go for it. Big up to happy birthday.
I'll be up for that, mate. I'll do that.
So, yeah, we're up for that. No, I'm not coming Wimbledon or Carlisle. Get in. So if you've got any more questions, we'll go live for 2 or 3 more minutes. I have just uploaded the vlog from today. You don't know. Fleetwood were 2-0 up. We scored just after half time. Let's get one back. Wiradu goes off injured. Need to stop doing that. I keep bloody scratching my head because I'm like, I don't know how that went on. Fleetwood had 19% of possession today. 19. And oh my Lord, the stretch. Probably hear I'm a bit choky in my voice a little bit. That we hung on and we got a penalty in the last minute. Look, it was a penalty all day long. I've never seen a referee in all my life be so proud to give the pen. Genuinely, right? impression of him of the referee giving it go. Hang on a
Napper,
minute.
you need to get rid of the overlay.
I know, there we are. Hang on a minute.
No.
This isn't going well, this is it.
Come on, Nappers, take the goal.
Hang on a minute. That's not going well, this is it. There we go. Go back to that minute. Right, this is the impression the referee giving. It was like, I'm like, oh my Lord. Like,
Clip
what
it. Clip
what
it.
are we doing?
Clip that.
Hang on, wrong what? I'm like an old man, aren't I, with technology? Like, how do I get this working?
You're not an old man. Tony's an old man, not you. Right, Tone.
Legend. Check out the vlog. Oh, unreal. Best of Maker in land. Have a great birthday. Happy birthday for Friday. I don't think we'd get let go. Yeah, exactly. It's been unbelievable. Yeah, and then they get a penalty last minute, score it. Jody Jones, joke at the level. And we managed to hang on for that point. Obviously, no Coughlin. Brendan has to go off injured. And we battled. I'm proud of the team. You know, we've conceded in the last minute. It's 4 points from 2. It's winning momentum in, look, 46 points. 46 points, then we are safe in this division, in my opinion. So, long way to go. It's getting to that 50 points. As long as we stay up, happy days. Anything else, I'll be very, very happy with. But this team has got a lot of character in it. And that's one thing I'll say. It might lack ability in some areas and a bit of squad depth, but the character it's got, cannot fault it at all. Brendan's, hang on a minute, I did text Brendan before. Brendan, don't worry about me. So I hope he's all right. I hope he's not lying to me. I hope that text from Brendan is true. Oh my God. Yes, he was on trial at Barnsley, wasn't he? Meepo came on today. He was on the pitch for 30 seconds and got booked. And that's all he did. How do you think the lads from Sweden's joining the Imps?
Eric Ring. Well, he was on the bench tonight for AIK, which to me maybe means that we haven't got the paperwork done for him yet, but I expect him to come in. I don't know, Charlie. You tell me. But for your sake, Charlie, based on what he did to Bristol Rovers last year, I'd hope not, because he made you, look rubbish.
Yeah, I thought Jody Jones, to be fair, if I'm honest with you, he got man of the match, and yes, he did get past McKenzie on about 75,000 times, but we limited him.
Did he play on the right side for Notts?
Yeah.
He played on the left last year.
Yeah, right.
They had Aaron the man, didn't they? But he's gone to MK Dons.
But yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for watching today's stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. Jake, any final words, me mate?
No, we lost this week, so I'm miserable. Yeah, well, it's lucky we play Mansfield next week, so that should cheer me up. No, thanks for having me back. Yeah, thanks for having me on, mate. Much appreciated. It's been a long weekend, isn't it? It's been a long weekend.
Exactly, and I've had a long day today, so I'm going to go and clip this up for you guys at home. Go and chill out.
I'll go to bed.
Members content as well in the next 24 hours. It might be out Tuesday, if I'm honest with you. But if you fancy joining as a member, you can do down below. Thanks so much for watching tonight. 80-minute special. Please like on your way out. It would mean a lot as well. Thanks for all your comments, all the nice messages. My vlog is out on today's game. So not to sound like Luca, go and watch my vlog. Ben,
come on.
I love Luca.
Come on, Ben. You meant to encourage people to make content, not go.
No, I'm joking. I love Luca. He's a top boy. And go and check out Luca's channel if you haven't already. I think he's on the road to 10,000 subscribers now. So I know he'll be pleased with a shout out. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. Peace out. Up the Cods. Up the League One.
Up the Imps.
Come on. Come on.
Come on. They're both on at 9.
I can't spike.
Yeah. The boys are loving it. What you said about Luca, look. Do you reckon we could have Luca versus Nappers as a boxing fight?
No, I wouldn't do it. He's a good mate of mine. He's a good man. Good mate of mine.
He'd absolutely batter you.
Yeah. I didn't think I was going to do it at 1.2. Anyway.
He texted me yesterday. Oh, I'll do the show on my own, Jake. Don't worry. I don't know what time I'm going to get in. I'll do it on my own. Don't worry. I understand.
Let's get rid of him. A big thanks to these legends as well. Luke, Shine, and then AJW. What a guy. Peace out, all. Bye, all. Friends.
Ciao.